anytime you ever go to pull the NTA out, and attach it to the ESP3, and then you're good to go.
Okay, Ronnie, I'm ready to start motion station forward. We will let you know when we think that the NTA is out of the truss so you can relax a little bit with it.
Hi, my name is Jordan. I'm the writer and director of Time, a Diplomatic Lunch on Mars. This is the scientific theory behind the film Time.
I am not, repeat, not a scientist. I'm more a philosopher, but I can tell you a little bit about time and how it works. Up there on the board I've written a Persian box. Now people say it's a complete myth. I can assure you it's not. It's also called the Yellow Book. We've got height, width and breadth. We all know these things. We go forward, we come back, we go sideways, I go back, and we go up and down. Fantastic. Time is a dimension also. It's what might call the fourth dimension. Imagine time as a road heading north.
Mike, in the meantime, you ever go to pull the NTA out?
You've heard of time dilation. It works a bit like this. I've got like a friend there. That little dot there is my friend. The other little dot is me. If we walk together up the road going north, we'll reach north at the same time. But imagine time as a dimension, a junction running north-west. At this point I get into an alien spacecraft which sets off nearly at the speed of light, whereas my friend, he carries on up the road.
Mike, in the meantime, you ever go to pull the NTA out?
When I'm brought back at nearly light speed, my friend, he'd be over there. I will have aged only that amount, but he would have aged right up there, aging quicker than I did in space. If you remember in the last diagram I showed you, we had the junction where we shared the now. We'd gone from this spot right through to this spot here. The junction came up where I was taken by aliens off into space at light speed, and this is where my friend ended up here. I ended up here, so we're in a different now slice or a now. This is a representation of the universe. This is the Big Bang. Massive. Everywhere. Everywhere you go, you're in the Big Bang now. But at the moment, for these purposes, the Big Bang starts there. Time starts flowing in that direction, time direction. I've been taken there, and that is Earth. Right. Now, at the moment, I'm standing still. Looking into a monitor. Everything on Earth is like it is now. It's straight down. I'm not moving, Earth is not moving, so we're sharing the same now. But the aliens, they don't like this. They're going, well, you know. They take me up that way, away from Earth.
Sorry. Sorry, do you want to go back a bit?
Right. And the aliens take me away from Earth in that direction. So as they take me away from Earth, which is there, my now becomes like this. If I was looking at a monitor on the spaceship, would see the Earth, but the Earth of the past. The past Earth would be there. It would be a little bit different. There might be dinosaurs on it, there might be all sorts. If I was able to monitor it from that spaceship, Earth would be in the past. I mean, I'd be born about here, it'd be like wars, and then they'd be like, goodness knows what. Anything that happened in the past, all of it will be there. I'll be seeing that part of Earth's past. An interesting thing happens when the aliens try to bring me back to Earth, or start to decide that I should be going towards Earth. They would bring me back, and as they brought me back, my now slide, because I'm moving at near speeds of light, would be like that. If I was looking at a monitor in the spaceship, there I would be seeing Earth as the future. It would be as if we could see what we're happening in 1,000 years' time, 100 years' time, who's going to be in power, what wars are going to be. We would see it all because we could look through it on this monitor at Earth and it would show the future. The future would be there. Now, you might say to me, well, hang on, Joe, it takes millions of light years for light, 100 million, because we're 100 million light years away. 100 million years to get information from there to there. So I'd be like a really old man before I got the information. But we've got an invention. I don't think it's an Earth invention, but it's an invention called a Persian box or yellow book, which basically is a box actually. This has got a mechanism within it that can actually transmit to the aliens over there like that. And in my next diagram I shall show you how that is done. Two particles A and B are entangled. These can be protons, neutrons or photons. B is sent to one side of the universe, while A is sent to Earth. Particle C, carrying the qubit of information, is introduced to A. A and C are then entangled.
Mike, in the meantime, you would go to pull the NTA out.
The information qubit of C has both up and down spin. Using the Stern-Gerlich experiment, the C qubit particle is observed. We find the difference between the A and C particle, this difference being one of four numbers: 1, 2, 3 or 4. If the difference is 1 or 2, we have a viable non-locality signal. But if it's 3 or 4, we have a non-locality, non-viable signal. Viable signals occur 50% of the time. No matter how far apart the entangled particles are, the particle B will always be the opposite spin to particle A. As A and C were entangled, and C was observed, the probability field collapsed into a measurable state, and particle A was instantaneously collapsed into the opposite spin of C, which means in turn B receives the teleported information spin of the C qubit. This happens much faster than the speed of light. Einstein called this spooky action at a distance. This means signals can be received and messages sent faster than the speed of light. So, in conclusion, as the spacecraft approaches Earth, it is able to upload messages from the future Yellow Book. Then, as it slows to a stop, it can download messages to the present Yellow Book, which of course is one of the same. The physicists amongst you may cry foul, saying this is a closed time-like curve anomaly. But the physics and maths of this exceeds my pay grade, and besides, the well is dry.
Now I think that is how the Persian or Yellow Book box works.
Cool.
Well, there you go. The film is based on the fact that in 1979, at the Old Naval College, we were sending photons back in time to kill themselves, which is called closed time-like curves. This practice had to be stopped though, because it was causing, oddly enough, earthquakes in the Hull area, Kingston upon Hull that is, in England. But they've restarted this up again, but they're going to blame it, the time travel bit, on fracking. So when you get bits of earthquakes happening around Britain or UK, it's going to be blamed on fracking, but it's actually they're experimenting with closed time-like curves. And there you go. Bit of Black Ops for you there, mate. Bye.
Please, hands on your head, now!
Oops.
Okay, Ronnie, I'm ready to start motion station forward. We will let you know when we think that the NTA is out of the trust, so you can relax a little bit with it. Okay.